The new Nevada head basketball coach, Steve Alford, joining us. Do you have business cards already printed up?
Not yet, Dan. Not yet. Got a lot to do.
Have you had business cards before?
Early in my career, it seems like those have kind of gone out of the wayside now, so it doesn't seem like anybody has many business cards anymore.
All right. If you were going to give me the Cliff Notes version, how did you end up at Nevada?
Obviously being released from UCLA right around the first of the year, end of the year, first of the year, and having about 2.5, almost 3 months to really do some things that I never get to do, Dan. I've been doing basketball, it seems like, for my whole life, and so January, February, March is all about basketball. And I was able to spend time with the family. I was able to see one of my sons in the G League and go watch him play in person more than I would ever get to. Took my mom and dad to Florida in the spring training. He's a huge Cardinal fan, never been to spring training. So to be able to do things like that, and then to go see about 5 programs. I went across the country and had a chance to see about 5 programs, and those coaches were generous enough to show me great hospitality and gave me full access, and that was fun. And I think just getting that past me and knowing that, okay, and I played a lot of golf in that time too. So I did get a lot of rounds of golf in, and I think that just gave me I love basketball, and those 3 months was enough to be off. So then it was about finding the right fit. And Doug Newth, the athletic director there, was outstanding and just selling Nevada. And I knew a little bit about Nevada because of my time in the Mountain West Conference. And I'm a small town kid from Indiana, and they're kind of known as a little big city. And it's a lot of truth to that. It's got a lot of big city feel, and yet it's not that big. And it just seemed like they're on an uptick. Coach Musselman's done a great job there, so it's on an uptick. It's a national program in a league that I've had success in, and in an area that I really like. The Reno Tahoe is a beautiful area, so it just everything fit very well.
What advice would you give your successor, Mick Cronin, at UCLA?
That's a hard one, Dan.
Is that an off the air conversation?
Well, no, not at all. Because it's the way our profession is, Dan. It got better as far as every job that you take, or the next guy always has things a little bit better, and it's just the way it is. I mean, I told my dad that all the time when I played for him at Newcastle. You know, the gym seats 10,000, and we sold it out in my last 2 years. So, you know, you make all that money, then all of a sudden I leave, and I played on tartan, a rubber floor, and then the guys past me played on a parquet wood floor, and the tennis courts got lights, and the football got new stuff, and it's just the way it happens. And so I think, you know, just like I think we'll be able to do some things facility-wise and staff salaries, that kind of thing, that maybe Muss wasn't able to do when he was at Nevada. So it's just that's the nature of it. And I think Mick, he'll get the commitment he'll get to some charters on private planes to recruit, and I think to travel his team. They're building an academic center at UCLA, which will be huge because it's way, way, way overdue for that. So I think it's got the makings of it's because it's a special university, Dan. So I think they're starting to figure out the commitment that has to take place because it's a brand that can sell itself if you're committed to it.
What is that feeling like when you're told that you're being fired?
Yeah, I actually, the tough part about that was, I almost wish I'd have been told because I found out by turning on ESPN. So that was a little bit different. And that was the tough part. And I understand it's social media and things get out, but I wish that could have been handled to where I had a chance to talk to my team before they found out that way and talk to my staff before they found out that way. But it's just the way it went down. But, I don't think it was the conversation with administration that really affected me any. It's when you're going in to see your team for the last time, and you're going in to see the staff that you love working with for the last time. You're not going to get that opportunity. We talk about that in sport all the time, that this is your one moment. It's one team, one moment, one chance, and now that was gone for me, and that's when it really hits. Now, 2 weeks later when I'm in Palm Springs striping it, that kind of goes away.
But when you go home, when does your wife find out?
Oh, that's different. And I watch your show more now because she watches you and the Danettes like every morning. So I get the whole about 11 o'clock Pacific time when I was working. I'd always leave early to beat the traffic. So about 11 o'clock, she would always call and give me, the scoop that you and the Danettes have given for the day. So I'd always get that Dan Patrick fill-in of this is the world of sports that you don't know. So now I with no job, I just sit there and watch it with her. So I've gotten very familiar with what to do. So
is your wife watching the interview that I'm doing right now with you?
Oh, there's no question. There's no question. Well, I don't know. That maybe not because she is particular with the guest you have on. So like this particular guest, and he's not paying attention today. But I would venture to say she's probably watching.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how's the jumper?
I'd rather the jumper. That scale's dropping. The free throw, I can still shoot it without jumping. So anything that at the age of 54, if I can shoot it without jumping, that's still at a high level. But I'll still get out there. I'm going to start some workouts with the Nevada guys coming Wednesday and Thursday, and I'm sure it's a new group, so there'll be some challenges. So I've always enjoyed each new stop when these young bucks like to challenge me in shooting. So it should be an interesting contest.
You know what I do? I bring the gold medal from 1984. I bring that first day.
Just wear it as I shoot jumpers.
Yeah, I have your hair parted down the middle and make it seem like it's 1984 Steve Alford. Walk in there with just the gold medal and nothing else. That'll make a statement, Steve.
Put on some of the short shorts.
Yeah.
I think that'll really be a good look.
What's your favorite piece of memorabilia you kept?
Oh, wow, that's hard. The things I've always appreciated is playing for my dad at Newcastle, Coach Knight at Indiana, my Olympics experience, and then being able to play, obviously, the 4 years in the NBA. So those uniforms, just as a reminder, I've got nets that I've cut, whether it's been a player or as a coach, and, those things are always fun because you remember the teams that you were a part of. The gold medal obviously is nice, but those things, there's a lot of biblical truth, Dan, because those things are tarnishing. It was 1984, and it doesn't quite have the same gold now that it did in 84.
Okay, clear this up. That Michael Jordan bet you $100 that you wouldn't last all 4 years in Indiana under Bob Knight. After Mike got a chance to play for Coach Knight, he thought there's no way somebody could survive 4 years. True or false?
Very true. Very true. And very true that he has yet to pay that.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. I think he's still salty about his last college game, and he just holds that against me. But
wow.
I've yet to be able to collect on that. I know he's got a new golf course, so if he just let me play his new golf course down in Florida, we'd just call it even.
Well, didn't Dan Dockage shut down Michael Jordan?
Well, of course. I don't want to screw up Dan's, story with all of that. So, absolutely, Dan Dockage was like the glove before Peyton.
Oh, yeah. He was the mitten. He didn't realize it would be cooler to be called the glove. Dockage was the mitten.
Dan's been called a lot of things. He'll probably take mitten.
Hey, stay in touch. Please tell your wife we said hello, and good luck there. We'll be in touch.
So much,
all right, buddy. That's Steve Alford.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yep, Steve Alford.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.